so let's move into MotoGP. Bagnaia won the sprint. Alex Marquez won the main race. What do you guys think of that? I have my opinions. I guess I'll share after the fact. I don't want to taint you guys' thoughts by throwing them out front. But I don't want to say they're blasts from the past, right? But it seems like it because we after the summer break we've had this period of other manufacturers, and we're still seeing it. We're still seeing it, but these guys obviously one had injuries, and Pecco bike was giving them more problems. When Pecco won Japan, I asked if it was a fluke. You guys kind of said, yeah. Well, Lewis, we'll throw Lewis out there. But
No, it was a fluke.
He did win the sprint, and if he didn't have a flat tire, from what we can tell, he might have finished third or second in the GP race. So they're figuring something out there. But what do you guys thoughts? We'll go with TJ.
We talking about Pecco here?
I'm just saying one got they both got
yeah,
to win. And effort's giving up. I listen. I mean, I've been as you guys know, I try to be a fair supporter of all the riders. But
Yeah, right.
you think Pecco is lacking effort? My goodness.
I
All right,
mean,
Reese, let's
they were even saying that he needs to ride around his problems. Like everyone is going through the same thing. Everyone's got the same tires. And he's just he's giving. It felt like he's just giving up.
listen. Like Reese doesn't like to hear the riders say, go show me how to get these lap times since you think I can go faster. What do you say? What do you got to say, Reese, about the efforts of Alex? Because I mean, TJ didn't touch on Alex yet, but
No.
Alex's effort and Pecco's effort. And I think did Alex crash out of the sprint? I don't know. I gotta check. But what are your thoughts on those two guys?
I mean, I say on Alex's effort, in the race itself was great. I mean, he checked out. I mean, that's what he was supposed to do. I mean, he checked himself out. I don't remember if he did crash out in the sprint race. I couldn't remember right now.
Yeah, I'll check.
But I know with Pekka, as Lewis says, hold my beer. I got this.
My
But
bad. Alex finished second in the sprint, so there we go.
all right. So, I mean, that right there tells you his efforts. I mean, he had, but you got to look at it. And TJ said it best. They all have their problems, right? Every rider has their problems. Can you ride around the problems? Because you can't have a perfect bike. You can't have a perfect setup. You got to have at least a 90 or 85% something, in the realm. But he's one of them guys that wants a perfect bike. And you ever notice if he gets out front and gets clean air track, then he does good. But when he's behind somebody or whatever, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't. I'm like, man, if you don't stop bitching and pull your pants up and just ride the damn bike, like I'm at that point.
Similar to Lorenzo. Jorge Lorenzo is similar to that. He was out front, and he'll kind of do the same thing. But if he had to fight, you didn't know how it was going to turn out.
Right. He just can't. It seemed like he always had problems. He's got to fight. But I seen him once he got out front, I said, oh, he's gone. He's going to check out. He's got clear track. That's his normal game. If he gets clear track in front of him, he can check out. But if there's someone in front of him it's like a mental thing. He's like, oh, I can't catch them. I can't do this. I can't. So it's like a mental thing with him, like a mental block.
Okay, all
So
right. I mean, I could, we'll see. Lewis, what are your thoughts, man, on these guys? We got 2 rounds left after this, and we were on who's gonna win that we post on YouTube. We didn't have any of the faves on there, and so I was thinking it was gonna be Raul or Aldeguer or Costa or Bezecchi, one of these guys, but these guys they don't need a contract at the moment, so.
No, I think this weekend overall, Aprilia had a rough weekend. Like if you look at the overall results from all the Aprilia riders, they weren't shining. Let's put it that way. I think their top finish this weekend was Bezecchi in the sprint, and then after that, the tumble from where Bezecchi was at downward was pretty steep. So Aprilia, this wasn't their track. This wasn't their weekend. Whether it was the heat or something, just wasn't working. And Alex had a solid weekend with a 1 and 2 between the two races. Acosta had a solid weekend, even though he had to go back to his garage and pretty much tell him, turn all the electronic stuff off. Let me just ride the bike with my hands, man. And it worked out for him. Like the dude is able to, was able to ride, considering that they turned down all the electronics according to what the media is saying, because he was having so many problems with the setup of the bike. And then as far as Pecco, I think his problem is he's trying too hard now, because he was the only rider that opted to go with a different compound tire. He was hoping that the race would come to him later on in the race. Like he's doing all this extra stuff, either trying to compensate for something he's not feeling good with the bike or whatever it is. I mean, he had a solid sprint, and sprints are great wins. I mean, a win's a W is a W, even if it's a half W, it's still, a W, but he's got to put it together on Sunday more than anything else. And I thought that with Mark out of the picture for the next 3 rounds, he might be the guy to focus on, because now the team is giving him 100% attention. He has to be the guy that gets everything he needs. As soon as he gets in the garage, what is it you need? Let's get it done, because you need to be our top guy out there. And Mark, and Alex is still, another Marquez is still taking him to school.
Right. Yeah. I was a little bit shocked at the medium and in the beginning and the struggles and stuff like that, because he was doing everything possible to keep Acosta at bay. But if he would have got a second or third place, it wouldn't have been a bad weekend. It's and unfortunately with a tire, you can't. Who are you gonna blame?
I don't know. Somehow the VR46 people are gonna say Alex put a thumbtack out there. They have to blame a Marquez brother.
All back to what I'm saying.
Why gotta be VR46? Pecco's on the factory team. Why can't it be somebody from the factory team, like his sister?